Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'd just like to welcome you to this channel. Say thank you very much to anybody who has been here and seen my videos before, and to anybody who's new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for coming to see what it's all about. So today this is a reading for Taurus, for all you Taurians who are Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising, and also cusp Taurus as well. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check it out and find out for yourself where those placements are. Also for cusp Taurians, you're either going to be at the Aries end or the Gemini end of Taurus, so you may also want to check out those readings themselves that I have put out there, as this is the last reading in this kind of cycle for the Gemini season. And the reason that I'm doing these readings like this now, because I have previously done different style of readings, these are love readings. The reason I'm doing them is because there's a lot of activity in Gemini. We're in Gemini season and Venus is retrograde. So there's a lot of things happening around the whole aspect of relationships at this moment in time. Relationships that are finishing, relationships that are kind of coming back around. People are kind of dealing with things that they thought were over. So I just thought I would do something a bit different and focus my attention on that in particular at this time. So as I was saying, this is a reading for you Taurians, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp. I'm going to use one deck of cards for your side of the reading, and the other deck of cards I will use for the other person in your life, which will also be you cross watchers out there if you're there watching for a Taurus. So just be aware that these cards could also be swapped over, so you may feel that the cards that I'm using here for Taurus is actually more your energy, so just swap them over if you feel that that's the case. This is a general read, so it's not going to resonate with everybody out there. If you're interested in having a personal private read with me, then my email is also in the description box down below. Also, before I start, my brain has just gone completely blank. I've been kind of working through things with that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. My video has been, I've just done an Aries reading, and for some strange reason, I have no idea why, it kept glaring very badly. So if that is going to be the case, I'm going to apologise for that in advance, Taurus, and hopefully it will have worked itself out. I don't know why it was doing it. I have no idea, unless it was something to do with the actual read itself. And I did kind of say that during my Taurus reading, my Aries reading. But to start your reading, Taurus, we have here the Four of Cups. And what I've done is I've separated all of the cup cards from my Goddess Tarot deck that I use. And I'm picking one card to kind of get an overall feel of what's happening within this reading and in your relationship and your life. And at this moment in time, you have this card here. I'm just going to turn this light round. I don't know what's going on today. I've done readings in exactly the same position, exactly the same way, and everything's been fine. And now today it's just decided to go haywire. So there's not a lot I can do about it. I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. So if I mess about with this light while I'm doing the reading, that is why I am trying to get it correct, but it's being a bit tricky today. I have no idea why. So there we go, it's a little bit better. You can see here that she is sitting in front of a tree. She has the moon in the background as well. I can show that to you a bit closer, but even now the lighting's bad. The moon is here. She's sitting in front of this tree and she's got 4 cups in front of her. 3 on this side and 1 on this side. So for me, this kind of represents the 3 of Cups energy, the celebratory energy. And this is the 1 cup that she herself has brought into this relationship. So the 1 cup has now turned into 4 cups. So it's gone beyond celebration. This has reached a point where something doesn't feel right within this relationship, within her emotional awareness, shall we say, or your emotional awareness, Taurus. Something isn't feeling right, something isn't coming together, something isn't working out the way you would like it to. And you're kind of deep in contemplation here as well, Taurus. You've been putting a lot of thought into this. You want to have answers, I feel. You would like to know why. You still have those 4 cups, but that 1 cup is kind of separated from it. Why did it go wrong? Why is there only 3 cups on this side and 1 cup on this side? It kind of feels to me as though there's a distance here between the relationship itself and yourself. Like either you are kind of drawing back and distancing yourself from this Taurus, or the person that you're interested in has done this to you. But it feels as though there's a kind of drawback from this. And you are trying to go within yourself to find your answers, to seek maybe some way to resolve this situation. But the 4 of Cups is a kind of overall energy of sadness. But with the moon in the background there as well, I do feel as though this is kind of to do with intuition. This is trusting your inner knowing on this situation. Taurus. So let's see what else we have for you here. Reading for Taurus. Love reading for Taurus. Love reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising and Cusp, Taurus. Love reading. What is the message for Taurus here? What is it that Taurus needs to know about their relationship, about their connection, their energetic connection with this person at this time? And I feel also, because it's in reverse and because her eyes are closed and she's deep in contemplation here, she also doesn't necessarily want to recognise that she is in this situation even. Okay, we have the Chariot come out as your heart of the reading, your first card here. This Chariot is saying to me, what I'm getting from the Chariot is usually about movement. It's usually about moving forward with something. It's usually about being in control, being in charge. And it has come out upright. So there are elements of that here. But also with this card, I'm feeling the gold and the silver here, for me, represent the masculine and the feminine energies here. So it is about balancing something out. And I feel that that's also what this here is saying. There's an imbalance here, because there's 3 cups on one side and 1 cup on the other side here. So something doesn't feel balanced within this. And also, although it's a card of movement and a card of taking charge and taking control, she doesn't look, if you look at her, she doesn't look as though she's particularly like ready. She doesn't look ready to do anything or go anywhere. It's kind of these two sphinxes down here are just sitting there. There's no movement actually within this card. So this kind of implies that the situation is at a standstill at this moment in time. It hasn't moved forward. It's kind of been stuck, and I feel as though it's been stuck maybe for quite some time. Here, Taurus, that things, maybe you are kind of balancing things out within yourself. Maybe there does feel as though at this moment in time that one person is kind of more interested in working this out or working this through. Maybe that is yourself, Taurus, with this Four of Cups here, because of the Three of Cups that's on one side and the one cup on the other side. If it had been two cups on both sides, there would have been more balance there, and I would have said that you are both kind of putting the same amount of energy into this. But I feel as though one of you is definitely withdrawing from this a lot more than the other. And you have, wow, Taurus, you have as your covering card here the Tower, and you have the Emperor as well. Both, I mean, you've got three major arcana cards here, Taurus. This is not messing about. Three major arcana cards just to start with. The Tower being a situation where something kind of comes in and totally changes your environment, and it's over the top of the Chariot as well. So maybe this is something that is needing to happen. Maybe this Tower needs to come in order for this Chariot to be able to move forward. Maybe this is your challenge. Well, it is your challenge. It's kind of saying, you know, and you've got the Emperor here as well. So it's kind of saying to me that whatever it is that you have to do here, Taurus, in order to move this forward, you need to be the one to take control. You need to be the leader here, because the Emperor is the leader. He's the one who takes control. He takes charge. He takes things into his own hands. And I was saying here, she looks very kind of like non-committal, and as though she's just kind of sitting there and waiting for something to happen. I don't know if you can see that very well. There's definitely something not right with this lighting today. But she's very kind of, for me, almost blasé, almost like, well, you know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whereas with these two cards here, they are saying to me that you, in order to move things forward, because you can't stay here forever. You can't just stay here waiting and hoping that something is going to change or something's going to move. You're being asked to bring this in, because it's your challenge. This isn't something that's just going to happen. This movement isn't just going to happen until you take control of it, until you decide that you have to break through here. The Tower is a breakthrough moment. It's a moment of realization. It's a moment of kind of it's a real kind of bolt out of the blue type of energy, but at the same time, it's something that happens for a reason. And I'm getting the feeling that it's kind of like, as you see this toppling of this tower here, this top part of the tower, it's almost like that part has become really restricted. Or that you're kind of living in this kind of, I dare to say kind of golden tower that you're kind of looking out on the world on somehow. But you've kind of got yourself into this place, Taurus, of yeah, just kind of restriction and kind of like self-imposed ideas, or you know, oh, I can't do that because of this. I can't behave like this because this. I can't be the one to approach this situation. It's that kind of thing. It's the kind of beliefs, in a way, that you have about this relationship, I feel, that are holding you back and stopping it from moving forward, which is also why you've got this Emperor energy here. The Emperor is also, it's Leo energy. It's the energy of courage of the heart. The Emperor, it's the sun. It is the leader. It's the person who everybody looks to in order for them to be able to make the right decisions and get back on track. And so if that's what this relationship is about, if you're looking about trying to get this back on track, you need to break free of your own restricting thoughts and beliefs that are holding you back here. The things that you have told yourself you can't do. You've got a whole list, I feel, Taurus, of whys and why nots, and because this, and you know, things that over the years you have kind of built up around the idea of relationships, of how a relationship should be, how it shouldn't be. And it's all very, what's the word? Not only is it constricting and restricting, but it's all very kind of other people's viewpoints as well. It's like you've taken on board a lot of other people's stuff and you've kind of lived it, or you are living it. You have the Page of Swords in your head at this moment in time. This is what's in your head and what you're aware of. And the Page of Swords is an energy, all the pages for me is an energy of kind of preparation, of your kind of getting ready to do something. And because it's swords, it's about communication. It's about those early stirrings of knowing that you have to do something, but it's in reverse. So there is also this reluctance here. It's like you kind of know on some level that this has to happen. You have to have possibly some kind of conversation that's going to completely destroy or completely I just feel though, Taurus, it's going to be a freeing, liberating, releasing kind of energy that's going to come from this conversation, but you're reluctant to have it. You don't quite know how to approach it. The Page of Swords can be an energy of because it's a page, it can be an innocent energy. It can be an energy where you're kind of playful. It can be a playful energy. It can be and I think that's what this Page of Swords is saying here, that you're not quite sure how to approach it. You're not quite sure the best way to kind of, in a way, open the door to this, as to how you're going to be received. Because the Page of Swords can also very easily get taken the wrong way, and arguments can start because of the Page of Swords energy being misunderstood as well. So there may be a feeling here of things not being, you not seeing eye to eye with somebody here. But I do feel there's a conversation that needs to be had. We have the 9 of Wands here as well, which is interesting because it's in the exact same position as the Aries reading that I just did earlier. So you may want to go and have a look at that Aries reading as well, Taurus. Some of you may have Aries placement, moon, rising, possibly even Venus as well. And I will say that because this is the love reading and Venus is retrograde, you may want to check out where your Venus is and also check out the message that is there for you in these readings, because that may also resonate more with you. This is just a general read, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. So the energy that's moving away, what you have been working through, Taurus, is this sense of real struggle. Something has left you kind of really exhausted. There is an exhaustion here. There is a feeling of like, I just can't continue this. I just can't keep this going. I don't want to keep this going. It is a 9. It's not a completion, but it's almost there. It's saying, you know, with the rest of these, if you look here, you've got these 8 wands or staves, rods, whatever you prefer to call them, in the background there, and they're all kind of in the ground. So it's almost like a fence behind you. It's almost like a protection that you've put up behind you, because you may feel as though you know, you've done enough. You don't want to keep this going. So in this card, you've chosen to just take 1 with you and leave the other 8 behind. And the 8 is to do with communication, which is what I was saying about this page here. Maybe even that you've tried communicating in the past, that you've tried it and you kind of have just got to that point of like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I've tried and it's got me absolutely nowhere. I need to just leave that behind, walk away from it, take my 1 wand, which can be kind of considered as the Ace of Wands as well, for you to want to start something new here as well. And we do just have, as I say that, the 8 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles has come out together. And this is in the placement of what you're not so aware of, your subconscious realm, where it's coming from, if you like, this energy. The 8 of Pentacles is about working on something new, something. If you see all these 7 of Pentacles up here, they're kind of all the experiences that you've worked on, which could also relate to these 9 of Wands here, this sense of kind of keep going over the same thing and not getting anywhere with it. And I feel that as well because there's a spider in this as well, and spiders are renowned for kind of keep on and keep on and keep on. You know, they break, their web gets broken, they will kind of just start again. And that's really what this is about down here. It's about starting out again when you've tried all this. So there's a kind of, I feel a kind of tenacious energy here, a kind of like a determination even, Taurus. Something, because with the 6 of Pentacles here, you're also wanting that kind of give and take reciprocity. You're wanting to be given as much as you give, and you want to give as much as you're given. You want somebody who wants to work with you on that level. Very much Taurus energy. Pentacles, earth, physical realm. Very much about working on that energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be to do with finances. It can be to do with your time and your energy as well. How much you put into something. Not just financially, but emotionally, as well as mentally. But you're wanting the balance. Taurus. You're seriously wanting balance here. But you are willing to work on something. And you have the Three of Wands here as well, as something that's coming in, the energy that's moving into your life here. The Three of Wands for me is about risk taking. It's about the Two of Wands here being like an idea, like something new, something that's come in, something that you've kind of thought, right, okay, I can run with this, I can do something with this, I can make something happen with this. But you're turning your back, and again you've got this one rod in your hand here as well. So I feel as though you're kind of deciding to do this on your own, Taurus. You may even be thinking, and you've got that boat, and people kind of say that the boat's coming in, but it can also be going out, as in you could also be thinking about getting on that boat and kind of like, you know, starting something fresh, completely different, like leaving those two rods behind that you've kind of worked on previously maybe, and just taking that one rod with you and starting somewhere else, moving on to another another project even. For some of you it could also even be kind of moving, physically moving somewhere else, starting a fresh new idea, maybe a business as well. I'm still shuffling those cards. I need to move on to these. So let's see what this other person is feeling here for you, Taurus. The person that you have some energetic, emotional connection with here. Yeah, I feel as though your back's turned here and you're kind of hoping for a brand new start. Hoping that things are going to be different. You do want balance. So let's see, what is this other person feeling about Taurus at this moment in time? The person that Taurus is connected with. I have the Two of Pentacles here. So this is at the heart of their reading. They are also preparing to work on something new. Or they are ready and open to work with you even. The two, they're quite kind of, I feel as though they're preparing themselves here to start. If you see, he's got all these tools around him. It kind of reminds me of the Magician energy, this card. Because it is about kind of creating in a manifesting way, but it's much more about being in the physical realm. But he has all his tools laid out here, and he's ready. He's ready to set out to work. He's ready to start afresh. He's ready. He's ready to build something here, Taurus. Again, the energy doesn't have to be he or she. It's just the picture in the card. It can be either gender. Okay. So this person is working on, because they have, like, you've got two crossing cards, both major arcana. They have also got two crossing cards. They have the Star and the World. So they are preparing to start afresh, to end this cycle. And they are also healing. There is a healing going on here. This person is looking through all the shit and the crap that has been in their life. They are looking at all the hardships and all the suffering that they have lived through. and they're beginning to come out the other side. They're beginning to see the light. They're beginning to see the healing process. They're beginning to sense that there is hope here. Whereas up to now, all they could see was all this kind of how bad everything was. It's kind of like, you know, all the negativity and all the kind of sorrow, sadnesses of the world and in their own life as well. But if you see here, the star is reflected down here in this water as well, as it is up here. And again, she has this rainbow. And the rainbow is always a symbol of hope. And this beautiful star. Beautiful star. And like I said, it's crossed over also with this World card. So this person is balancing things out. They are ready to end this cycle. Well, that's what they're preparing, I feel, with this Two of Pentacles here. They are preparing themselves for this. They are preparing themselves to end this cycle, to end this, all this negativity, and to move forward with something. Because they also have the Ten of Wands here as well. So they are ending a cycle. Whereas you've got the 9 here, they have the 10. And so maybe the two of you are going to work through this energy together. I feel also possibly with this 8 and this 6 down here. You having the 9 and them having the 10. It's kind of the continuation somehow, but at the same time it's also the ending. Again with the World here as well. There is this real ending here. There is this end of a cycle, and it's been a long cycle, a long, hard, all-consuming energy. Something that this person has not been able to get off their mind. Taurus, whoever this person is for you, it has taken a lot out of them as well, as much as it's taken out of you. But they are reaching the end of this cycle. So let's see what's in their head, Taurus. Where is this person that Taurus has an energetic connection, an emotional connection with thinking at this time? Please, universe. What is in their head? What are they thinking about all of this? What is Taurus's energetic connection thinking about this? The person that Taurus has an energetic connection with. What is it that they are thinking? Oh, quite a few cards came out there. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, Taurus. We have the Two of Cups. So they're still thinking about this relationship, I feel. They're still in their head. The attraction is still there in their head. They still want to give you that other cup. You've got one cup down here and you've got one cup up here. And at the moment I feel as though this is the energy that you're in. It's kind of like you feel bound somehow. Taurus, I feel that this is you, bound on this rock, and the person in the background, this kind of angel here, if you like, is your person. Again, it doesn't have to be masculine or feminine energy here. This is just energy, just energy. So I'm not saying that it's kind of necessarily the woman that's been saved, But there's just this feeling of somebody who is very deeply, I would say deeply connected, deeply kind of besotted in many ways here. Somebody who can't let this go. Or it could also be, for some of you Tauruses out there, it could also be that this person judges every other relationship that they are thinking about having with the relationship that they had with you, or with you in particular. But we do have the Death card here. So there is something's ending, changing, transforming. And with this, again, these energies here, I just get this strong feeling with this World card here as well, that, you know, this cycle of whatever it was, whatever this kind of negative cycle that has been ongoing, I feel, for quite some time, is transforming, it is changing. And the reason I say that is because there's also the Page of Pentacles here. So this person is kind of coming out of a time of retreat and kind of healing themselves here. There has been a healing process that's been going on for this person. And also the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel as though this person either wants to make you an offer, or they're waiting for you to make them an offer, Taurus. But this is a dilemma. This is a dilemma. There's a dilemma in this card because the person who is making or is being given the offer doesn't know whether they should accept it or not. They don't know whether it's a kind of, you know, where's it going to lead? Is it going to end up in the same place that it was previously? So if this is to do with a reconciliation, if this is somebody who's coming back into your life, which I kind of feel it is, Taurus, I kind of get a kind of strong sense that this is about somebody who has been in your life and is coming back round. And it could be either way. It could be you making that offer. It could be them making that offer to you, Taurus. But it is something that they want, I feel, Taurus. Even though there is kind of this hesitation, shall we say, or these kind of, it's going to kind of bring up some, I don't know if it's fears or as such as kind of doubts, maybe. Doubts about where it could lead, doubts about how it could all end up again. You know, doubts, even maybe, you know, are you serious, Taurus? Or again, like I was saying, the other way around. But it does have a bull here as well, which is interesting. She does actually have this bull behind her here. So it does have quite a strong tendency, or quite kind of strong overall Taurus type of feeling about this card. And she is the one doing the offering here. So you may be the one that's going to do the offering here, Taurus. And your person is going to maybe even be shocked. And also possibly be questioning your motives as well, Taurus, as to why now? Why now? Why after all of this? But interestingly, we have the Eight of Wands coming out here. over the top of the 9 of Wands, your energy here, Taurus, their energy is the 8. So there's still this kind of similarity going on here. So we have the 8, we have the 9, and we have the 10 of Wands all together. So there is definitely this cycle that is coming to a close here. I'm sorry, 9 should be in the middle. The 8, the 9, and the 10 all together here. There is something that is being closed out. The 8 is about, for me, it's life kind of flowing along, life kind of just kind of buoyant, and the boat is just, the boat for me represents life. So it's like this person feels as though their life is kind of in a good place. It can also be to do with communication. The dolphins represent this feeling of joy, happiness, playfulness, kind of friendliness, just enjoyment. They just kind of know how to have fun, even just like leaping through the waves, which is why they kind of follow the ships. But there is a sense here of the 2 dolphins together as well. So if there has been communication, Taurus, recently, it has kind of opened a door, opened kind of something in this person's head of a possibility. They're now kind of looking towards the future in a more positive way. Whereas here with the 6 of Wands, which is the energy down below this energy, this is their kind of subconscious realm, if you like, Taurus. What they may not be so aware of, and what you may not be so aware of, the 6 of Wands. They had to leave this situation. Six of Wands is all about kind of moving to more calmer, serene waters here. Leaving a past situation that's full of turmoil. Lots of emotional turmoil. Although it's the swords and it's the mind, it's like the mind and the emotions are kind of connected in this energy here. But on some level it's kind of also pushing that energy forward, so it's kind of forcing the situation of leaving something very chaotic in a way, very emotionally turbulent, and kind of moving on and doing it on your own. The 6 of Swords is an energy of moving beyond something, so you're moving away from a situation that has been difficult emotionally, to find your peace, really, a sense of peace and tranquility within the 6 of Swords as you move into more calmer, serener, more tranquil waters. So this person felt the need to remove themselves, I feel, Taurus, from this situation in order to get their healing, in order to find their balance here. So let's see what's coming in the future for this person. Interesting. Page of Wands in reverse. And like you've got the Page of Swords in reverse up here, and this person's got the Page of Swords, Page of Wands down here. Which again is the next step forward from these. There's a lot of a lot of fiery energy. We've got the 8, we've got the 9, we've got the 10, and now we've got the page. A lot of fiery energy around this relationship. A lot of, you could be dealing with somebody who's got a lot of fire. Taurus, you may also have a lot of fire in your own makeup as well. You may have maybe your moon, your rising, Venus may be in a fire sign. But there is a lot of fire energy here. A lot of it. And this person may also have a lot of fire. They may have fire rising. Again, Venus, moon sign. But the Page of Wands in reverse, like I was saying here, you've got the Page of Swords in reverse. They've got the Page of Wands in reverse. I feel with this 3 of Wands here, usually when it's upright, the Page of Wands is talking about, again, a kind of moving away from one situation, lighting your way from the dark into something new. Because it's a page, it's that kind of early stirrings of like, because it's wands, it's creativity, it's early stirrings of a new idea, something that you want to kind of get off the ground, literally. If you see here, he's kind of riding this golden fleece, which turns up later in the actual story of the wands as well. Because it's down here as well. You see here with the 10, it's down here. But I get the feeling with this card here that this is kind of something that this person does not want to let go of. There may be a sense here and an element of kind of like jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire here as well. But I feel as though this person, Taurus, is willing on some level to do this. It's like they don't know where they're going, they don't know where it's going to take them. But they've got a torch for you. They've got this kind of burning desire, this burning passion. And they want to carry on exploring it. If you've explored it before, they want to explore it again. But because it's in reverse, like your Page of Swords is in reverse up there, and you don't know how to approach them, like on an intellectual level, how to talk to and communicate with this person. This person doesn't quite know how to approach you either when it comes to how they feel on a deep, I would say sexual level, really, Taurus. I would say that this person kind of, like I say, they hold a torch for you. They're willing to I feel they're willing to just keep going, like jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire, which is quite an intense energy. So let's see what the Moonology cards have to say for you here, Taurus. It could also be with this Page of Wands in reverse, a sense of this person, like that but they're happy to kind of let you have control of the situation as well, that they don't want to be the one that has to they don't want to be the one to have to direct it, or what's the word I'm thinking of here? Like they don't want to overstep maybe their welcome even, Taurus. I feel as though it's kind of about you taking the lead here. And I think that's what this energy is saying back here when I was right at the very beginning, about you taking the lead here with these cards here. This is about your leadership. This is about them looking to you for leadership, I feel. That they will go where you go. They don't want to be left behind. We have here 2 Moonology cards that have fallen out for you, Taurus. First one being your hard work is paying off, which is New Moon in Capricorn energy. So that could have a lot to do with this energy down here of the 8 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles here. You're kind of working on something, working on yourself, working on a business maybe, Taurus, working on something for your own achievements. And we also have step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. And the North Node has just moved into Gemini as well, so it is very much to do with that kind of Gemini season energy at this moment in time. Gemini being the twins. Venus is, like I said, in Gemini retrograde at this moment, so maybe you also have some strong Gemini connection there, Taurus. But it's saying step out of your comfort zone, and I think that that's really what that 7 of Chariot, the Chariot, the number 7 major arcana card down here is saying as well, you know, that you want to move this forward, you've got to step out of that comfort zone. You've got to break through. You've got to do this. If this is what you're wanting, Taurus, if you're wanting this to go anywhere, you're the one that's going to have to make it happen. And there are no guarantees, but so concentrate on today. All is one time, all is one breath. Maybe that's helpful for you to take some deep breaths and center yourself also with this energy here. Center yourself, balance. Don't forget we've got this 4 of Cups energy here as well. Balance, center your energy. Every single man and woman has an opportunity to be at one with God. I would say God, I would also say creative source energy or the universe, however you prefer to see it or call it, but that is very true as well. Everyone has that opportunity. And maybe that's also this energy here. This is, again, is balance as well. Even though this is for the other person, or maybe not, maybe the cards suit the other way around. Maybe they're more your cards, Taurus, and the other person is the other set of cards. You are now standing new and fresh on the threshold of your spiritual union with light. So that's really talking about you standing on the threshold of your union with yourself, your divine self, and knowing your divinity, knowing where you come from, knowing that you work with creative source energy. And so on that note, I am going to say thank you very much for watching my video. I hope it has helped you in some way. Please could you like it up for me? The more likes it gets, the more it gets out into the bigger world of YouTube, the more people can see it, the more it gets put out on the YouTube platform itself, because that's how YouTube itself works, which is why YouTubers are always saying, please thumbs it up for us, because it really does make a huge difference when people do that. Also, so I will also say thank you very much to all of you who have liked up my videos previously. I do really appreciate it. It does really help me. And also, could you subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, because that also helps my channel to grow, and again it gets it out there into the bigger YouTube world. People can see it, come back to my channel, see my videos, subscribe if they wish, and that again helps it to grow. So also tap that bell, because that will give you notification as and when my new videos go out. I have just done recently the astrology for the Sagittarius full moon partial eclipse video, which is up on my channel, and I also did a tarot part of that as well. I used to do them together, but I had to separate them because they were taking up too much time trying to do the two together. So there's now the astrology part and the tarot part separate. So that's why if you see two of them, that's the reason. So again, thank you very much for watching, Taurus. Please take very good care of yourselves. Also take very good care of anyone around you who you can. And until the next time, hopefully I'll see you again soon.